Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at how to create amazing interactive data visualizations using a very user-friendly platform called Flourish AI. And if you've ever struggled to make complex data easy to understand or want to create engaging visuals, then this is the video for you. So let's get started. So the first thing that you need to do is to search for Flourish AI in Google, or you can go straight away to flourish.studio. And once you click on that, you will be asked to sign in. And once you've signed in, you're going to see this interface, which gives you the option to choose from so many different templates, whether you want a line, bar, or pie chart, whether you want a projection map, a scatter plot, a 3D map, a bar chart race, hierarchy, so many different types of templates that you can choose from. So for this video, I'm going to show you how we can create a bar chart race. And in the preview tab, it will show you how it will look like once you've created it. And in order for you to start inputting your own data, you will have to go to where it says data. And you'll see here that there will be the columns in which you'll have to input your data. And you can do this manually if it's a similar chart to what they already have. But most of the time, you will have to upload your own data. So in order for us to go ahead and upload our own data, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a mock data set for us that we can upload into Flourish AI. So I've added a prompt here that says, create a data set showing the top 10 countries' scientific output from 2010 to 2024. The table should be organized in columns. The first column is the country name, then the region, then year by year from 2010 to 2024, provide the output in a CSV file. And I'm going to enter that. You'll notice that when I gave ChatGPT the prompt, I followed the same structure of the table with country name, region, and then the number of years in order for me to upload the dataset in a clear manner. Okay, and you can now see that we have the downloadable CSV file. So I'm just going to click on that and download it. If I look at my file, I can see that it's produced it in the way that I wanted it to. So I've got the country name, I've got the region, I've got the number of years and the information inside. And obviously this is a mock data set. You would produce your own data before uploading it to Flourish. So now that my data is complete, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Flourish. And now where it says upload data, I'm now going to upload the file that I have. Okay, and now we can see that the data set has now been uploaded into Flourish. So if I go back to preview, you can see that now I've got this interactive data set from 2010 to 2024, showing the scientific outputs of different countries. Now, there's a number of things that I can do with this to make it even nicer and more visually appealing. So if I come down here, I can play around with the colors as well. So say, for example, I wanted to change the color palette and I wanted to make it more pastel based, then I can go for this, or I can make it a bit darker if I wanted to. So go for dark grays and black. You can play around with it. There's so many different color options. The other thing you can do is you can play around with the counter and the totalizer, which is basically this one. And I can choose how big I want it to be as a percentage of the screen. So if I add this, you can see it's getting bigger now and it's more prominent on the screen, or I can make it smaller if I wanted to. And the same as well with the total. I can make that even bigger or smaller. I can change the color as well. So if, say, I wanted it to be more striking, I can change the color and apply that. And I can show the total. You can see the colors now changed. Okay, so another thing I want to show you that's really nice that you can add to your racing bar chart is that we can add the flags of different countries as images to accompany this racing bar chart. So in order for us to do that, we need to go back to the data. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another column. So we're going to insert a column, right? So now we have the column R. And now where you see it has image, so I'm just going to add here R so that it knows that this is where it's going to extract the images from. And what Flourish has done is that it has some shortcodes for inserting images such as flags that they already have, and I'm going to leave you the link to that below. And so for the US, for example, here we have the colon US colon. So I'm just going to go back to Flourish and I'm going to insert that next to US. And you can do that for all the different countries. So for example, for China here, we can go back to our shortcodes. We search for China. Okay, and this is the notation for China. So we're going to insert that as well into Flourish. And you can do that for all the rest. Now, if we go back to our preview, what you can see is that we have now the images of the flags inserted as well in our racing bar chart, and that looks actually really good. Okay, and the other thing we can do is we can go down here to where it says header, and you'll see that we can give our chart a title. So I'm just going to type in here, scientific output. Okay, and then you'll see that the title starts to appear here on my graph. And I can also give it a subtitle. I'm just going to add here 2010 to 2024. And then you'll see that that appears underneath as well. And you can also have a third layer of text. So just for the sake of this, I'm just going to write top 10 countries. Okay, and then you can see that that adds a third layer to the title as well. So there's so many things that you can do as well. You can play around with this, but you can see that we have a really nice looking animated chart. Okay, so how do we take this animated chart and add it to where we want? Add it to a presentation, we can export it and we can publish it. What we can do is after we've finished, we can download it as an image. So we can click on this. And then what we can do here is we can download the image and then I can open it and then I've got my chart. But as you can see, this is a static image. Now, what if I wanted to use this as an animated graph that I want to display in my presentation? So what I can do is I can export and publish, and this time I can add to my Canva presentation. And what it will tell you here is that you have to connect it to Canva first. So we're going to add to Canva. And then what you'll see is that it will open Canva and then it will tell us to add Flourish charts and maps to Canva. So we're going to select here, we're going to give it permission, and we're going to select here, use a new design. And for example, I'm just going to use it as a video. And then it will ask me to connect it to Canva. So I'm going to connect. Okay, and I'm going to take my chart. And now you can see that I can use my racing bar graph as an animation through Canva. And then if I play this full screen, then I can have the animated version. So this is a really nice way to create really interesting, visually appealing, animated graphic representations of your data. A lot of what is offered on Flourish is completely free. So have a go at it, play around with the different designs. And if you want a static image, you can just download it as a PNG file. And it's a really nice way to present your ideas. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.